Howdy, folks. Kevin here. Today's not a cigar and whiskey talk, but I've been sitting here in the shop today and making gallons of infused oil, gallons upon gallons of infused oil to make salves and things. And unfortunately, between one batch and the next batch, I have a lot of time to sit over there on my computer and let stuff scroll across the screen on YouTube and all that kind of thing. You know, I guess today is going to be just a few things that are not really related, but kind of are related. So I guess here's my public service announcement for those of you on social media, especially the boneheads on social media. If you are going to do something illegal or unsavory or just downright dumb, don't put it on the internet. Don't put it on the internet. That's what they call in the police business a confession sometimes. I've been watching stuff scroll across, people up in arms about food stamps, up in arms about immigration and people getting deported, up in arms about everything, basically. And I see all these people doing response videos to people basically confessing their sins online. Don't make internet confessions. When I was a kid, we did stupid stuff. But not everybody had a camera in their hand to film it. And we definitely didn't film it because we didn't want anybody to know. Especially not our parents. But anyhow, the first thing was people complaining about their benefits getting cut. Basically because they were committing fraud. People going, well, you know, I did this and this and this and this, and now they're cutting my benefits, and I have to pay these benefits back because I lied to get them, or I did stupid stuff to get them, and or my time that I should have been getting them lapsed, and I just let them keep paying me without telling them, hey, I got a job, so I don't want to get these benefits anymore. And I never told anybody, and now they caught me. There was one gal on the internet just plain committing fraud. She was talking about basically how she got spending money outside of her other stuff, and she said right on her channel that this is what we do. We go to Walmart and we buy a whole bunch of cases of Sam's Cola and cheap stuff, you know, those kind of things. And then we go pour them out and we return the cans to the can machine, which gives us a nickel a can. So, and she said, we do this all the time, is what she said. Now, when she got called out and got caught, she said, well, we only did it once. But anyway, she got caught. And so what they were doing is she said they went and bought 5 to 7 cases, 24 packs, of these soft drinks that come in cans. And then they would go empty them out, pour them out. They didn't even take them home and drink them. They didn't do that. They poured them out and went right back in the store and ran them through their can crusher machine. I guess it's someplace where you get money back for cans in a machine. I don't know what state she was from. And so basically she traded in $70, $80, $90 worth of pop that she bought on her EBT card, you know, our money, and turned that into $16 or $17 cash money to play around with. So, and then she wondered why she got called out for fraud. Well, it's fraud because you're supposed to be using those EBT benefits to feed yourself and your family, not to buy a bunch of stuff at retail price, destroy it, don't use it, and then trade them in for benefits. I was walking. This one was the best one. Well, probably not the best one. I was looking at another gal. She wasn't on this video, but it was somebody doing a report about her doings on social media. This gal made a bunch of money with an online course on how to get the benefits and not get caught cheating the system. I guess a good idea if you can do it. But that's what she was doing. She was charging money for an online course to teach people how to fraudulently get benefits. And talking about food stamps. Once again, if you're going to do illegal stuff, or unsavory stuff, or borderline illegal stuff, don't confess it on the internet. The truck driver is still in the news, and you know, it's funny because back when I don't even remember when it was, a long time ago, when they opened up the north and south borders for truck drivers to cross the borders, going to all three countries, going to Mexico, to the United States, to Canada, and you know, without having to transfer those loads to U.S. carriers to get across the U.S. Everybody was up in arms about that because they said, all right, the foreign truck drivers, they can't read the signs, they can't understand the instructions. They've got different standards for their truck safety. They've got different standards for their training, different standards for their drive time, and all the regulations that we have here in the U.S. And they're going, oh, you're just being racist. We were just being racist back then too, because we told the truth, or the truck drivers at that time told the truth. I was overseas in the military, so if I remember right, I might not have been. I don't know. I think I was overseas. But anyhow, all of the things that are coming to light, number one, they're not a surprise to anyone who spends a lot of time on the road. All right. It's painfully obvious that a lot of folks driving not just the big roads, but other drivers, don't have a clue what they're supposed to be doing, and a lot of them are foreign nationals. I don't know how you could think that it was safe that if you can't read any traffic signs or understand any traffic signs, or remember those billboards that we've got that give you instructions, now wreck ahead, down to one lane, you know, things like that. I don't know. I don't know how we would think that that's even remotely safe if you can't understand any of those things. And I don't know why it's a surprise. I don't know why it's a surprise. You guys will be subjected to some of my downtime because basically I don't have anything better to do right now. So I'm going to recap what I've been seeing on the internet all day long. Mostly on YouTube. So what we talk about? We talk about food stamps and benefits. Oh, this gal that was defrauding the system by buying stuff and then destroying it so she could return the packaging that it was in, basically. She has since been reported and lost all of her benefits. She had to pay a whole year's worth of benefits back. And she went online on a big rant. Didn't understand why she had to do that. Because she got it. Because she didn't. You didn't deserve it. That's why. And in conjunction with losing those, she also lost her state-funded daycare for her children. Now she didn't work anywhere. She stayed at home all day long. But she was still putting her kids in state-funded daycare just to get them out of her hair for a few hours a day, basically. And that's when she was making her social media videos, which, by the way, blew up for a while. And after she had a pretty good following on social media and was making decent money on social media, and that was also one of the reasons she lost her disability because of all these videos and stuff she's putting up. She obviously was healthy enough to do all that stuff that she was doing in videos. So she lost her disability, she lost her state-funded health care, or dependent daycare. She lost her food stamp eligibility and all that stuff. She basically lost everything. And then she went on to doing a whole bunch of stupid shit on TikTok, and now they're now the latest part of it was they were threatening to basically ban her from TikTok because of the stupid stuff she does. So she cost herself all of that just because of posting her nonsense online. And there were a lot of them like that. There were some folks here in the country illegally, and they made a living on TikTok and other social media platforms, basically bragging about being illegal. There's one gal who she got in trouble for being here illegally, so she was on the run and hiding, and then she started making a bunch of money on social media, and she decided it would be a great idea to, number one, go follow the police around for a little while and film their misdeeds, and then she started following ICE around. While she's hiding from ICE, she's following ICE around and filming them doing stuff. And then she finally got caught. Because ICE followed her channel on TikTok or whatever it was and found out where she was going to be and caught her that way. And of course, since she came here illegally and didn't get any trouble for it, other than getting a slap on the hand going, "You're in trouble. You're in trouble." She figured she'd get away with everything. There was another guy on there who was also an illegal, and he was posting basically daily about how to rig the system to get everything you wanted, and how much living in the United States sucked, how much the United States sucks, while he was living here, and he got caught and got deported, and now his channel has moved on. What am I gonna do? I've been deported out of America. You got yourself there. So quit crying. And last but not least, Cracker Barrel. All right, everybody's hating on Cracker Barrel right now because they got a brand new woke CEO, and they're doing a whole bunch of remodeling, a whole bunch of other kind of stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I'm really not surprised, because during COVID, I didn't stand down during COVID. I did a lot of traveling during COVID, and I ate a lot of Cracker Barrels. And I used to love Cracker Barrel. And unfortunately, over the years, especially right after all the shutdown stuff was going for COVID, where you could get COVID if you're out in public, but not if they cut the number of tables in half where they were serving people. Apparently that scared the COVID virus out or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, the quality and quantity of the food crashed during that. And I may have actually mentioned it in a couple of videos when I was on the road about how much Cracker Barrel was starting to suck. And after all that stuff was over, the quality of the food never came back. Never. So we apparently cut corners and just kept them cut. And now they have decided they're going to do, they're getting rid of the old man plant, leaning on the Cracker Barrel. Okay, here's the fuck. Had a whole bunch of people saying that it's a racist restaurant because it's whites only. I have never been in a Cracker Barrel that it was whites only. Never once. They were saying the old guy. These are critics. This is when the CEO saying this. The old Cracker and the Barrel are gone. Okay. I'm not sure if you're aware, but back in the old days, they shipped a lot of stuff in barrels. And Cracker Barrels were actually a thing because it was a barrel full of crackers. Oddly enough. I'm not talking about white folks. I'm talking about crackers. Saltines. They weren't saltines back then, there, because they didn't do that back then. But anyway, and a lot of these old general stores and country stores and things like that, they use those barrels for furniture and tables in the store, where you could go in there and sit and play checkers and talk and BS when it wasn't just come in and buy your stuff and get out like most modern stores are, because that was a gathering place, and that was what it was, Cracker Barrel. That's why they have the barrels out front with the checkerboards set up on them. Country store gathering place. But anyhow, a lot of folks are celebrating, saying that Cracker Barrel is whites only. The CEO is saying they need to be more inclusive, and they need to update their look. And she signed an agreement with. I didn't know it was a thing But apparently Cracker Barrel signed an agreement with the LGBTQ and however more letters we've added onto that now to be more friendly to their cause. I've been in a lot of Cracker Barrels. I didn't see anybody getting chased out because of what race they were, what the color of their skin was, what their religious beliefs were, or who they did the nasty with. So, but anyway, they're getting rid of all of the old stuff. You know, they're updating the look and putting booths in and doing all kinds of stuff, painting the walls white instead of that brown lattice board stuff that you. But I don't know about y'all, but everybody I know that ever went to Cracker Barrel, that was 90% of the thing. Is you sat there and looked at everything that was hanging on the walls and going, "Hey, I remember what that was," or "Oh, I wonder what that is," or "Go woke, go broke." See y'all later. Sorry to subject you to this.